Okay, in this video we're going to be looking at controlling the footer in Vortex Site Builder, which of course is down here in this section. And what we're going to do is we're going to make some changes. Okay, of course if you hover over the H card as I just did, what happens is the light box, the fancy box, will pop out and display the contents that you've got in your H card, but we'll get back to that a little bit later. Okay, so the footer area is just this area that you see here, and it's pretty straightforward, but in the right you've got this custom image here. Okay, you can either have an image in there or you can have a phone number or a message, text message. You can have that linked to wherever you want it to go. So let's just have a look at working with this section here now, the image or the phone, what's typically the footer phone number area. Okay, so we go over to the control panel, and here we are in control panel. We're in the footer area, in the footer panel, and down the bottom here you'll see all the controls for the right hand area. Now at the moment we've got the custom background, which is normally a phone custom background. Okay, we've got just a logo in here for Vortex. Now what we can do is we can delete that and insert something else. So if I delete that, and we'll just save the page, you'll see that it disappears entirely. Okay, so when we refresh the page here, that will disappear down the bottom. Okay, and we've just got the default one in there. We can have that eliminated entirely. Let's just go back and have a look at that. Okay, so we've got in here, yeah, the default one, which is this one here, but we can have none if we want and just have that plain. And so we'll refresh the page again and have another look at that, and you'll see that that disappears and we've just got a blank area there. Okay, so if we wanted to put in just a phone number or whatever message we want to put in there, we can do so. Okay, what have we got here? Okay, so if we want to put a phone number in there like 1-800, just the basic phone number itself without having any kind of background, we can do that. Go back to the front end and refresh the page, and that will show up, and there it is. Okay, some people just prefer to have that. And we can also make that clickable, which is applicable in a mobile site. If we wanted to have that clickable so that it went to called up the dial pad in a mobile phone, we can do that. And what we do to do that is, if we just erase that, and I've done this before. Okay, so we'll have this one here. So what it's going to show is a title, and I'll put the code for this in the video so that you can copy that down if you need to use it. It's just putting an href reference with, instead of HTTP we use TEL, which means that if on a mobile device that recognizes that as a mobile phone or a number to call on the mobile number. So we'll save that, go back to the front end there, and we'll refresh the page, and that will show with a link underneath. And okay, so when we hover over, we've got the typical line underneath, and it says tap to call. Okay, now it's not going to do anything in this browser because it's not a mobile browser, but in a mobile browser that will call up the dial pad and you can call the number. So that's quite handy to have. And of course we can add a picture to that if we want, or a background. Okay, so if we say want this one here, the goldy looking one, we'll just save that, and that will superimpose over the top or in the background. The phone number will superimpose over the top. We'll put the background behind it. Okay, you can see that that's exactly where we want it to be. Okay, and we could dial that number if we wanted to from a mobile browser, which is pretty powerful. So in that section there you can put in a logo, you can put in a picture, you can just have a phone number or a message in there with a link, with or without a link, and you can use any one of the backgrounds that we've got in as default, and you can actually upload your own background as well, as you saw. So this section here, if we wanted to upload a custom background for a phone number to go over the top, we can do that as well. By the same token, if we wanted to put another half a dozen custom backgrounds in and install them in the actual theme files itself, we can do that by going into the Vortex Site Builder theme and finding the custom graphic files for that section and upload some new ones. Okay. Now on the left hand side here, there's that H-card thing again. As you will see, the standard statutory pages down the bottom, we've got home, privacy, legal terms, etc., etc., and that's determined, or those links, which pages show up there, are determined by what you've put into your menu. Okay, so if we go to here, Appearance, Themes, Menus, and we see that we've assigned certain pages for the menu. Okay, so manage locations, let's have a look here. Now let's select a menu to edit. Okay, footer menu for the bottom, and let's select. Okay, and you'll see here we've put in all of those links there for the respective pages. Okay, so we've got home, privacy, terms, legal. So whatever we want to have appear in the footer, we will put into menus in the footer menu. Okay, and this section down here is controlled in the Vortex control panel. Once again, that's in here. Okay, so to get that little copyright symbol, this little symbol here, the little C inside the circle, we put and copy semicolon, and that's HTML language for the copyright symbol. Okay, and once again we can put in our link for our site. So we've got here the title, which is click here to open sales page in Lightbox, and we're using a class distinction there for the fancy page. And if I just go back, I'll show you how that works. Okay, so we've got here Vortex Site Builder. Okay, and you'll see it says click here to open sales page in fancy box, and when we click on it, the sales page itself does in fact open up, and this will work for any page you want to nominate, any domain, any URL you want to nominate, and that works like that, and that is a very nice little feature to have. So looking at that once again, all we've done, and I'll note this, we have already noted this HTML, the custom HTML for this in the forum, in the topic for editing the footer on the forum. You'll find that there, where it says if you want a class distinction for a link, just put in, instead of a href, okay, which this is the href here. Before that we put in class equals fancy page, and then if you want a title, you put title equals click here to open the sales box in Lightbox, and then the href behind that with the actual anchor, closing anchor bracket behind the actual text that you want to have applicable. So that's how we get that there. Okay, click here to open the click here to open up sales page in Lightbox. Now with these page links on the left hand side here, they're all designed to open up in the actual browser itself. None of them will open up in a Lightbox, with the exception of this one, which when you hover over automatically is coded to open up or programmed to open up in a Lightbox. But what we've done, you might notice on the member portal at Vortex Site Builder, is we've got two extra page links here, and both of them says, or say, open in fancy box iframe. So for instance, if I hover over support forum, says click to view VSB support forum, opens in fancy box iframe, and I click on that, and that will take us to the domain, the URL for the support forum. Okay, now to do that, we cannot actually do that through the typical menus where these are controlled from. We actually have to do it through the footer itself, and so this is how we do that, to add on any extra external page URLs if you like, and there's provision there maybe for another half a dozen pages before you run out of the top line styling area there. Okay, so let's have a look at how we do that now.